I had no idea. Growing up here in Laredo, I used to, like a lot of adolescents and teens, I don't like it here. I can't wait to go to San Antonio. I have no idea why San Antonio is the dream city for here, but I want to go to San Antonio. So we all leave at 18 years old, and we all come back broke, skinny, and hungry at 19 years old. Because we realize that as much as we like San Antonio, we really need to eat. And so I always I had an attitude Laredo. I had no idea that everything that was happening here were the things that God was using to prepare me. I mean, I always tell people, it hit me now when I was performing in Broadway. It hit me, and I was like, man, I have been preparing for this since I was a kid. Like my first acting lessons were when I was 3 years old. When I would go into Mexico, we would come back, and my mom would have me rehearse my lines. David, U.S. citizen, U.S. citizen. Just say U.S. citizen. So I was rehearsing my lines, and I couldn't get it. So my mom had another one. Okay, act like you're asleep. I've been rehearsing for this, right? It's the only place. This is the only place in the world that I know that 3-year-olds are trained to not be deported. That's the way we grew up. I've been preparing for this all my life. Right now, there's talking about eruptions in the world and all this craziness. And you see in Times Square, you see soldiers with, German shepherds. I'm not nervous. I saw those German shepherds go to, my kindergarten class since I was 5. This is the only place in the world where the Border Patrol shows up to a kindergarten class and says, if you have drugs, we will find you. And a German shepherd comes out with a green vest. And they're like, Duke, go find it. And he goes around and gets a rag in his mouth. You all know what I'm talking about. The rest of the world doesn't have this. He's been preparing me for this, all my life. And, Laredo's kind of funny. You don't even realize, the rest of the world, right? They don't grow up like us. It's just interesting. And I don't even, realize, the stories, how funny they are until I start talking to people. And I'm like, yeah, New Year's, when they shoot 12 bullets up in the air. People are like, what are you talking about? Yeah, New Year's, don't they shoot, 12 bullets in the air? And it's just, it's us. We do that. And when I tell people, people are happy for the New Year, but we're extremely happy because we know we made it. And, right? It's the only place in the world, right? At midnight, we count twice. At 12, we have a countdown, and at 12:01, we have a head count. And